Good morning, everybody. It's Cowboy, and we are live and in charge. It is, what day is it? Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. EST. And we're going to jump in and take a look at gold. Actually, gold looks really interesting right now, gold and silver. There's a lot of instability out there. Actually, there's a ton of money being pumped into the economy these last few months. I think I read a statistic that said, let me see here. Let me see if I can get this statistic here. Biden-Harris regime recklessly pumping debt into the economy, hoping to create an illusion of prosperity, while saddling future generations with a crippling burden. In just 3 weeks, the total U.S. debt skyrocketed by $500 billion. That's $473 billion in less than a month. So what you're seeing is massive injections of liquidity into the economy to keep the market from falling. And that's why you're seeing all-time highs in the market. Okay. So they're recklessly printing, just kind of desperately hoping to keep things looking good into the election, which is typical, which is what I expected. And, that's what we've talked about, and it's not a surprise. Right. So now when you see that kind of thing, though, what you're going to do is you're going to see inflation, and inflation is going to be hidden in the stock market. And it's also going to be noticed in precious metals, which is why we're seeing massive moves up in precious metals. Gold making a new high just yesterday at 2740 or so, and touching that in the last few hours here. Let's take a look at when it touched its new high. Almost. Gold almost reclaimed that 2740 high at let me see, like 2 hours ago. Yeah, so hour and a half ago we saw gold almost have its second all-time high. So that being the case, we're just looking at money being crammed into the economy, right? 2,800 is pending. 3,000, if it continues at this rate, if they continue pumping money in, of course they probably won't, because this is an attempt to push up the market before the election. Very clearly, you don't add $500 billion worth of debt for no reason, right? That's not something you just do. And I'll pop this up on the screen here. Give me just a moment. Copy the link. Throw this in our Algo Factory Telegram. And let me go ahead and copy and paste that to the screen here. And this is Elon Musk's Twitter, I believe. Yeah. So here it is. Just this last 3 weeks, right here. It's hard to see. Let me zoom in on this. Let me open this image up, and then we'll zoom in a bit. And yeah, you'll see it right there. Right there. Look at that. That's that entire amount coming in. That's just the last 3 weeks, right? So there's a very steady increase going back all year, which, by the way, they've been pumping it all year. The plunge protection team has been in full effect all year, using all kinds of nasty tricks, killing the VIX. I mean, there's just a lot of ways to do this. So they're just desperately holding things together. Yeah, some pretty nastiness right there. Yep. So hey, it is what it is, and we can either make money off it or not. Right? That's the thing. Like we can complain and they're doing this, they're doing that, but you can make money off it or not. I know people right now scalping the daylights out of gold, just making banger money. And here you can see it on silver. Silver is just piling up. We talked about this. Silver is above a very important $32 level right now, and it's continuing up. Now, the more this continues up and the longer it does it without being pushed down, you're going to start to see some people have some problems. People in officialdom who, this is basically looking like a short squeeze. And some very powerful people are continuing to want to short and cram this down. But the market will, in the end, speak. If enough people want to go long and buy this, they will. And those who are trying to hold it down will be in trouble. Roy, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you doing? Good to have you on. What do you want to see, Roy? You want to see something in the charts? Let us know. I will do it for you. Let's go ahead and take a look. We did just look at this, but I'm going to zoom out and do some targets on gold and silver really quick. And that way you can just kind of see how targets are acquired in this business. I'm going to take a look at like this most recent move up, right? Let's just do kind of a shorter term one, going back to this most recent impulse. And when I say impulse, I mean the market making a very strong move in a given direction. Now, I know I just did this like recently, but at least we'll get to see some targets on gold. Okay. Now, short term target on gold right now is 28.15, right? So we take a look at the impulse, right? The strong move up that didn't really have much of a pullback. And then we add a Fibonacci extension tool on there. Good to see you, Roy. Glad to hear you're doing well too. And then what we do is we take a look at the extension numbers, this Fibonacci extension, the 272. So that's not a price. When I say 272, that's a Fibonacci extension based on the tool. And that price is about to be hit at 27.43. That's a first target. Once we saw this pullback, that was our first target. And this is like a textbook move right here. Very textbook. Anybody that's trading on the daily would notice this, right? Very, very textbook. And then you have the top target being at about 28.15. So 28.15, if we're going along this trajectory, I think that realistically, I mean, this is a strong impulse right now, but hey, you know what? This is the trajectory. So let me just based on that, based on how it's been doing, based on this strong run, if we continue along this trajectory, draw a line right through the middle of all that, then the target price would be hit about a week after the election, 10 days after the election, at about 28.15 or so. That's what we're looking at for gold. So anytime you can have a prediction of the future in any kind of trading, anything like that, that's how you can make money. Now, I did call this move in Bitcoin out 2 days ago now, and it's doing literally what I said it would do. It would come down. It would at least bounce off this blue line, which is at where it is right now, basically 66,500. It's above that. It's at 67. So another $500 down, and it will be at support. It's already bounced off it. I mean, if you look at this candle, it bounced right off it. Now, it might not be done. It might kind of compress around here and still continue, though. It might not be ready to go up. And last I checked, there was liquidity right below here. Roy, as far as ApeCoin is concerned, I can chart it for you, but the problem is ApeCoin doesn't really have, as far as I know they have an ecosystem, but like just real quick on Bitcoin, this is what I expect. I expect price to head down to about 64, maybe 63,000, maybe bounce and head up. We'll see what happens as it goes down to these numbers. It might not make it down past 66.5. So this is just kind of this is the scenario of Bitcoin. That's the most likely. Maybe a move down to 63, maybe 64, maybe just right where it is and then head back up. But we're going to see, right? I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be betting on that until the algos told me to go, and they have not told me to go just yet. So we'll go that. I will take a quick look at Ape, Roy, since you asked. I know they have an ecosystem. The thing is, ApeCoin is kind of an older coin, and it's not that big of a deal for crypto to go from, to make it times two in this market, in the middle of the bull market, because that's all it is right now. It's a times two, and it's a times two in a day or two or three. So this just looks like a pump and dump to me. These happen all the time. Not to say it can't keep going up. You're going to see a lot of cryptos start to pump and dump. Old coins that may not have that much going on. I don't know what ApeCoin has going on. I did a video on it about 5 months ago. And of course, there's everybody who's watching it. There's a lot of bag holders. The problem with ApeCoin is the bag holders. That's the problem. This is not a chart you want to be involved in. Like, at least it's not a chart that I want to be involved in. You got to do your own research. But when I say you, I mean me. Look at this chart. It's just doing nothing but going down. So, the only thing I would do with this is, look, the bull market might give it some anti-gravity, but I wouldn't really be interested in it till it could break 268. Then you're going to see it having broken a prior high, right? And then you might have, some action. And then I wouldn't, I might be interested in trying to get rid of it anywhere between 268 and 640. We are now approaching the summer of the bull market. Probably, it's a little bit different of a market. We have the big money in the game now, but if Bitcoin acts like it has the last few halvings, then we're supposed to see, Bitcoin go up a bit more, maybe 100,000, maybe higher. And during that time, any coin, any crypto is going to do well. And your job is to, if you're going to be a crypto trader, is to choose the ones that are doing better than others. I don't see ApeCoin outperforming like a lot of other coins. I just don't see it happening. But I could be wrong. This is like, you're talking about the alt party at that point. And historically, your older projects don't outperform the new projects. It is what it is. So what do I think about it? I don't really think much about it at all. I would just be looking to get rid of it before a major resistance. And that's all I think about it. So I hope that helps. We're gonna hop over to the private live lab, right? We're pragmatic here, right? You got to be pragmatic when it comes to trading anything, whether it's crypto or metals or stocks, or it doesn't really matter. You have to have a formula. You have to have an algorithm. And when I say algorithm, I don't mean like having to code and use computer code and have this machine trading for you. While that may be the goal for a lot of traders, where they can flip a switch and have something trade for them. First of all, it's not as simple as all that. Secondly, you need to develop that. You need to have the confidence that it's going to work if you're going to trade any kind of, whether it's auto trading or manually trading. And we teach that over at Algo Factory. So, come on over and, whether you're a new trader, whether you've been trading for a while, we can help you go ahead and either learn how to do this, or we can help you fix what you got going on. Some of the most successful people in here, we have them from both camps, really. But when you're already a trader, it does kind of happen a lot more quickly for you. But the problem is you got bad habits that you have to unlearn. So it's kind of a mixed bag, if you will. But come on over, algofactory.tech, zap the QR code in the top right-hand corner, and we'll get you kind of moving along into the education process. Do not forget algofactory.tech. Trade your job, upgrade your life.
Join us or die.